Welcome back to another episode of School Life. A lot of our subscribers were asking about, which school is the best school. Kind of questions, different kind of questions. Which school, somebody was suggesting what could be the best school, and also they were asking for name few schools. Maybe because this is a time when a lot of kids are getting into schools, enrolling into for new admissions. In this episode, we are not going to discuss about any school particularly. In general, couple of things which we normally overlook when we take admission. What we found that most of these parents, they go for when they are rich, they try to, go to schools which are very expensive, which are status symbols, and which they think that, my kids going there would also add to, it will be good for the kids as well as it is adding to the standard as far as we are concerned, or my peers, colleagues, or people in my circle send the kids to that particular school, so I should also send them to that school. Very few people go deep into the kind of academics or curriculum which they follow, or what kind of things they should expect their kids to get from those schools. I'm only mentioning a couple of things which you have to be extremely careful about while sending or selecting your school for your kids, especially for the small kids. One is the timing. We all know that for a small kid, they need minimum 10 to 11 or 12 hours kind of a sleep. Generally, World Health Organization is talking about 11 hours. This is the kind of uninterrupted, continuous sleep they require. But what we found that most of the houses in India, they tend to go to bed normally at 10 p.m., 10:30 p.m. I'm not talking about the extremes where they go till 12 midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. I'm not talking about those extremes, but generally the families go to bed at that point of time. Small kids, they try to make them go to bed earlier, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, etc. But then invariably the kids also sleep only at 10:30 time. So naturally, for 11 hours kind of a sleep, a kid sleeping at 10:30, they would require almost 9 o'clock or 9:30. They'll have to till then they'll have to sleep to get the proper kind of sleep. But most of the schools, they start early. That the kids have to catch a school bus at 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock. Naturally, they'll have to get up much early. So sleep is disturbed. So most of these kids, when I did a kind of a survey in some of the very elite schools, I found that most of those kids are suffering from lack of sleep. This can affect their development, mental as well as physical development, especially the mental development, that can harm them in a big way. So try to select a school which will start, especially for the small kids, which will start at 10:30, that kind of a timing. Otherwise, it will definitely affect the kids' sleep and health, mental as well as physical health. Second is the thinking language. Try to understand whether this school has got a clear understanding about the thinking language concept. Any kid, they should be very strong in their thinking language in the early stages. One language, that is the language which the kid talk to their mother. That language is the mother tongue, what we are talking about, mother tongue. That should be the thinking language. So some of the schools, they ensure that the thinking language, mother tongue is followed till 4th standard. Though that is very important. The mother tongue should be followed till 4th standard to ensure that the thinking language is strong. The third thing is like the kids, and at the growing age, the hormone balance is very important. For that, every kid, they need at least half an hour aerobic exercises. The school should ensure that, because even if the school is starting at 10:30, kid will hardly get any time for a aerobic exercise in the morning. So there should be some activity every day to ensure that they get aerobic exercise minimum half an hour, ideally for 1 hour. This is also to ensure that. Rest of the things like, sometimes we say that they have swimming pools, they have this facility, that facility, so many courts, but those are good. But if they are not being used or kids won't be able to enjoy those things, there's no point in having that. So these are the two basic things which have to be very clear when we are selecting a school. I think government also should interfere in this, fixing the timing accordingly. We'll come again with some other subject which is been aired by you. A lot of things last couple of weeks I've been getting a lot of questions from you. Thanks for all those response. We will be coming with a new subject very soon. Thank you.